All right, let's talk beta course submissions. This is 1970 K. Austin, obviously not Master Blaster. You can tell by the southern accent. I'm doing an updated version. We've started using a app to do the submissions instead of the Google form that Master Blaster talked about. So hopefully you've already got your Discord account set up. If you don't, set up a Discord account. And then you can come in here to the beta course submission channel and scroll down. This is your checklist. Hopefully you've already done in Greenkeeper. This is a video guide that helps you walk through that checklist. If you haven't watched those, I strongly suggest doing that, please. And then this is the current video guide on the app. If it's still here, it's still good. It just doesn't explain quite as much. So that's the reason I'm doing this video. You're going to scroll down to the beta course app. And this is where we're going to do all beta submissions. So we're going to click that. It's going to take us outside. Yes. You're going to scroll down, make sure this whole thing is visible, and then this button will come up. This is what signs you up for the app. So we're going to authorize that. This little screen will pop up. You won't have a role. Yours will be automatically determined. I have a few different ones, so I've got a drop down there, but all you'll do is hit OK. It's going to take you into the app. This is our app that we work with. We're going to click Course Detail right here, and that's going to bring up this screen. If you already have some courses, they will be found here, this little number pad. It'll have all of your courses. You can select any one you want, hit the little number pad again, and it pulls that course up. What we're going to do is we're going to start a new course. So I'm going to hit the little plus button, new. And all of this stuff is already created for you. When you sign up for the app, it knows it's you, so you don't have to put who the owner is and all this stuff. You do have to put your course name. And we are currently working on NS Ruck Island course. This is the name that's going to show in the beta server, so make sure you get this name like you want it. Course description, you don't have to put anything. The course description and comment is for you. If you've got anything that you want to put in there that helps you with something, I don't know what that would be, but those things are there if you need it. It is active. We're going to Florida. And this is Palm Harbor. This stuff all saves. If you want to in the future, if you need to change something, you can change some of these things. Then we're going to hit Prepare for Publishing, check mark. And this little blue line here is where you're going to import all of your Greenkeeper information. So we're going to click this. We're going to click the upload button. And we're going to find it. Let me get this out of my way. I'm going to go, this one I believe I put in C drive. Innisbrook. Going to go into your course folder where you've got your GK. And we're going to find our GKD file right here. We're going to click that and open. All of this little information fills in. Check mark. And when you parse to field, so we're going to click that button and we're going to hit OK. All of this information comes in from your Greenkeeper file. So you want to look at this and make sure that it's the right course. Make sure you pulled in the correct Greenkeeper file. Scroll down a little bit more. And this is going to be where we do our revisions, our initial submission, and then any follow-up revisions will be down here at the bottom. So this is going to be version 1. And we've got to download a URL. So this is going to be where we've got our Google Drive or Dropbox, wherever that is. I'm going to pause real quick because I really don't have one. I've got to go find one for Okay, I'm back. I forgot I'm not quite all the way through with this course, so I do not have a Google Drive link. So I'm just going to temporarily use one of my other courses. Um, Depending on where you save things, I've got this on a Google Drive, and then I've got a GSPro folder for all of the ones that I'm doing submissions on. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our compressed folder, and we're going to right click. Nope, sorry. Yes, right click and then show more options. This is Google Drive only. However, there's a whole other videos on how to create these things, but I'm going to share with Google Drive, make sure anyone can do it, copy link, and done. And then when we come down here, for those that aren't familiar, you will not be able to right click and paste here, but you can hit Control V. V as in victory, and that will paste it in this field. Once you do that, hit enter. It's going to say creating a download link. Yes, we want to do that. And then it's going to create this little field here. You want to test and make sure that this downloads and make sure it downloads the correct thing. So we're going to click this little button. Well, this one downloads quick. I won't even pause for this. Once this downloads, you want to verify. So find where it is. You want to go into it and make sure that it downloaded the right one. Well, this was that Kiva Dunes that we wanted, so it is the correct one. So I'm going to come back down here and say, yes, the link works correctly. When I do that, it gives me this little Groovy Jackal clone process button. We're going to click that because we want to create a Jackal clone. That's where the beta server goes and looks for the file. So I'm going to hit that. I am going to pause this time because this does take a minute or two. So we're going to, oh, yeah, sorry. This run as job, it makes it run in the background and it can cause some issues. So very, very, very rarely will you run as job. You just click OK on all of these little pop-ups. And I'm going to pause while that happens. Okay, so once it runs that Jackal process, it will throw you back up to the top of the screen. Don't let that confuse you. All you do is you scroll back down. The Jackal has been created here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to test the download, but with this one, we don't really have to let it go all the way. We're going to hit this button, look up here, and make sure that it starts. It's downloading, and then you can stop it. It's the same link. There's no reason to go all the way through unless you have an issue. Now, in beta, if somebody says the download's not working right, then let that go all the way through and double check everything. All right, so we're going to say, yes, my Jackal direct download does work. When we do that, it creates a new little button, Submit to Beta. We're going to click that. We're going to say, yes, okay. And when we do this, I think I'm in beta. I mean, I'm in Discord. I'm not sure. No, I'm not. Okay. It takes a minute for it to load into GSPro, so don't go straight to GSPro and look for it. But what it does do, let's go back to my Discord here. It creates in, if you scroll down, beta course submissions. Oh, no, beta test. This is new beta test forum is where your file is going to show up. And you can see here it's already created it. And it tells it that it is version 1, created by me, the date it was created. And this is where you can go in and add your pictures, kind of a little description, that kind of stuff, and let people know what the course is, and be patient because it does take a little while for things to get checked and for people to look at them. And you're going to get a lot of input from people, some from us when we're testing technical things, and then some from people that are going to give you some visual input. And when I first started this, I would get very offended when somebody questioned something that I had done. And then after I kind of swallowed my pride and listened a little bit and tried a few things that people said, there was some good input, and you can always change it back. But if somebody says, hey, this may look better a little bit darker, then look at it a little bit darker and see what it looks like. I'm going to pause. Well, let's go back. All right, so here we are. This takes a minute to update. I'm going to pause while some of these fields update. Okay, once you do all of that, this information down here at the bottom, the status, it does not update automatically. So you have to go up here and this little kind of refresh button, hit it. Once you hit it, make sure it's the right course that you're looking at. Scroll down, and you've got a few new buttons here. So while you're working on your course in beta, you can do updates along the way. You can come back here and remote version 2. You can change the date if the date's different when you're doing an update. You want to delete this old link out. And when you do that, it gets rid of all of the other stuff. So we're going to go back in. You would have a new download URL. So you're going to go back. You're going to find the one that you want. You're going to paste it in just like you did before. Hit enter. We're going to hit yes. It's going to create your new thing. You need to make sure when you download this, make sure that the dates have updated on the files that you've changed and make sure that the link is correct. I'm not going to do that because we're doing demo and we're saving time. We're going to pretend like the link was right. We're going to click yes. We're going to go through our Groovy clone process again. Hit yes. I'm going to pause. All right, it created our new Jackal link. Does the Jackal link work? Remember to test it, make sure it works. Yes, it works. We're going to click the Submit to Beta button again. We're going to hit OK. And when we do this, we get a new entry in our Innisbrook Island course. We'll get a new entry. It automatically changes the title to version 2 because that's what we just updated, so people know there's a new version. And it gives you this little note here in the thread. All right, so we're going to go back to our app. And let's say that we had a really, really big problem with our beta course and we needed to fix it. Oh, hang on. These buttons have to update. Let me pause again. Hang on. All right, there's a few other buttons at the bottom of the app down here. So if you had a course that had a really major problem and we're trying to remove it from the beta server while we work on it, we don't want people to be able to play it because it's really messed up. We can remove from beta while working on it temporarily. Check this box. And we're going to return beta status to draft. So yes. Okay. And you will see in my little channel here, it has let people know been returned to draft status for editing. So this removes it from the beta server while you're editing and people won't be able to pull it up. So let me pause here. We'll get. All right, so just a note on the returning it to draft status. If you're just doing some minor stuff, changing colors, moving some trees, stuff that's not going to really affect the playability of the course, then don't return it to draft status. Just leave it up and let others keep playing it. The draft status is going to be more if there is a technical issue that is causing the course to glitch, something that's making it freeze up, something that's going to the player that's trying to play it is not going to be happy, then return it to draft and do your updating. So once we've updated it, we're going to update all of these little files again, just like we did for a revision. We're going to change the number and we're going to return it. This is basically how we return it back to the beta, is submit another beta. So we're going to go submit. Okay. And we should see that it has been updated. Okay, so all of this stays in the same thread along the way. It was returned to draft. We've brought it back into beta. So now we're going to scroll down here and have to wait a minute while this uploads. So let me pause again, trying to keep this video short as I can. It's already getting long. All right, so just a quick update here. What I'm pausing and waiting on is this updates in Discord really quick. It takes a minute for it to upload to GSPro. So while I'm waiting, while I've got this paused, I'll just periodically hit the little refresh button, scroll down, and it's still in line. So I'll pause back and I'll come back once it has been updated into GSPro. And once you hit this submit beta button, you do not have to do like I'm doing and wait around for anything. All of the stuff happens in the background. The Discord happens in the background. The updating to GSPro happens automatically. It's nothing that you're doing here. The only reason I'm kind of waiting on it is the little check mark boxes down here at the bottom that I'm trying to show you don't show up until it's been updated with GSPro. Okay, I'm back. These may have been here a second ago. I was looking down here at the bottom and they show up here. So you can see this was the one that we were removing it while working on it. We want to make sure that's not checked. And then we have done everything. We've got our feedback. We got this course like we want it. We've submitted it. I usually leave it on the beta server until it actually shows up on the main server. So once you do your SGT submission for the course to go onto the main server, wait a day or two until they process it. Once they process it on the main server, be sure to come back to this app and right down here, beta testing is complete. You're going to click that and you're going to click that course is published and should be removed from beta. Once you do that, it will pull the course off of the beta server in GSPro and it will close the thread in Discord. So we're going to click this, remove from beta. Okay. And if we go back into Discord, we should see a note here, has been submitted for publishing, and it is archiving the thread. That will eventually put that into an archive mode, and it won't show up and fill up the thread here. So, and that's pretty much it. I'm sorry it went so long, but there's a lot in this app. This app replaces a couple of different Google Docs that we used to have to use and a few other things. So it's all in the app now, and it's pretty straightforward, especially after you do one or two. Once you do one or two, all of this stuff I'm talking about just becomes second nature. So congratulations on getting your first course into GSPro.